President Kovind, PM Modi hail new education policy. President prizes basic literacy. Prime Minister stresses fulfilling aspirations. Prime Minister Modi calls for coordinated efforts for eradication of malnutrition. India overtakes Brazil in COVID-19 cases. Remarkable recovery of over 32 lakh 50,000 COVID-19 so far. India successfully flight tests indigenous hypersonic technology demonstrator vehicle. And Assam observes 424th death anniversary of Mahapurush Madhavdev today amid prevailing COVID-19 situation. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin. This is Ashutosh Sharma, now with the details. President Nath, while addressing the Governors' Conference on National Education Policy, said the new policy gives top priority to provide basic literacy and numeracy to all children at primary school level by the year 2025.
मैं चाहूंगा कि सभी राज्यपाल अपने राज्यों में नई शिक्षा नीति को कार्यरूप देने के लिए थीम आधारित वर्चुअल सम्मेलन करें। शिक्षा नीति के विभिन्न आयामों पर व्यापक विचार विमर्श के उपरांत आप सब अपने महत्वपूर्ण सुझाव केंद्रीय शिक्षा मंत्रालय को भेज सकते हैं ताकि उनका देशव्यापी उपयोग किया जा सके।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while addressing the inaugural session of the Governors' Conference on National Education Policy through video conference today, said that suggestions of more than 2 lakh people from across the country were amalgamated in the new education policy.
स्थापित करने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया जाएगा, जबकि दूसरी ओर दुनिया के शीर्ष 100 से भी अधिक चयनित विश्वविद्यालयों को भारत में आमंत्रित किया जाएगा। वैश्विक संस्थानों के बीच सहयोग अनुसंधान तकनीकी
G20 countries have reaffirmed their commitment to ensure education continuity and safety for all. A virtual meeting of G20 Education Ministers was held to discuss and share experiences of member countries in the 3 identified areas. These are education continuity in times of crisis, early childhood education and internalization in education. The education ministers adopted a communique at the end of the meeting. Regarding ensuring education continuity in times of crisis, the communique recognizes the value of distance and blended teaching and learning and underscores the importance of enhancing access to high quality education, professional development for educators, digital infrastructure and content. Speaking on the occasion, Education Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank said India will continue the effort it has taken to reform and transform its education system and mitigate the challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic.
शिक्षा की गुणवत्ता में सुधार, अनुसंधान की संस्कृति के पोषण और संस्थानों के बेहतर प्रबंधन एवं प्रशासन पर विशेष ध्यान दिया जाएगा। राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति 2000
Government has said that identification of severely acute malnourished children and their management will be undertaken as focus activities during the 3rd Rashtriya Poshan Mah, which is being celebrated during the month of September. Every year, the Poshan Mah celebrates under Poshan Abhiyan, PM's overarching scheme for holistic nourishment, which was launched in 2018. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has called for coordinated efforts to reach out to people across the length and breadth of the country in order to spread awareness on eradication of malnutrition. He said this will help in Nari Shakti and Yuva Shakti. The Prime Minister said proper nutrition is vital to build a prosperous nation. In northeastern states, there is no let-up in COVID-19 positive situation. All states of the region have witnessed new COVID cases on Sunday. The number of corona-positive patients in Arunachal Pradesh rose to 5,000, among whom 3,472 people have recovered and 8 people have lost their lives. In Manipur, the number rose to 7,022, of whom 5,164 have recovered and 38 have fallen to the disease. In Meghalaya, the number rose to 3,005, of whom 1,556 have recovered. The COVID death toll in Meghalaya rose to 16. Mizoram counted a total of 1,114 corona positive cases, among whom 734 have recovered. Nagaland counted a total number of 4,178 with 3,511 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Nagaland rose to 10. In Sikkim, the COVID positive cases rose to 1,910 with 1,371 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Sikkim rose to 5. In Tripura, 15,508 people were found positive with 9,048 recoveries. The COVID death toll in Tripura rose to 149 with deaths of 5 more COVID patients on Sunday. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said the total number of active COVID-19 patients in the state now stands at 28,273, whereas 96,823 patients have recovered so far. On Sunday, 1,763 patients were discharged from COVID hospital and care centers. With death of 8 more COVID-19 patients on Friday, the death toll has gone up to 360 in the state. In the last 24 hours, of the 23,336 tested samples, 1,537 samples were tested positive. The positivity rate in the state has reached 6.58%. India registered a remarkable recovery of over 32,50,000 from COVID-19 so far, and 70,000 patients recovered from the highly infectious disease in the last 24 hours. The overall recovery rate stands at 77.31%. The Health Ministry has informed that the actual caseload of the country currently comprises only 20.99% of the total positive cases. The ministry said the number of recovered patients in the country has improved over 3 times in a span of 1 month. The number of recovered patients has overtaken the active cases by nearly 3.7 times. Currently, India's case fatality rate is at 1.70%. In the last 24 hours, 90,802 new cases have been reported, taking the total number of positive cases to 42,04,614. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 8,82,542. In the last 24 hours, 1,016 deaths have been reported, taking the toll to 71,642. The novel coronavirus has affected 2,73,888 people across the globe till date. The death toll rose to 8,93,130. 1,93,72,831 people have recovered till date. The total number of COVID-19 positive cases in USA rose to 64,60,421. India followed next with a total of 42,08,645 COVID-19 cases, and Brazil has 41,37,606 cases. The centre has informed the Supreme Court that airlines will fully refund for air tickets booked for travel during lockdown. This applies to domestic and international tickets booked between March 25th and May 3rd this year and will have to be refunded immediately. The move comes after the Supreme Court asked the centre to explain its position on a PIL seeking full refund of booked air tickets during lockdown. The government also said that if the airlines are unable to make a full refund, the flyers will get a credit shell up to March 31 next year. Centre also said that the passengers can use the credit on any route of choice and should also be able to transfer it to anyone. In a historic mission today, India successfully flight tested Hypersonic Technology Demonstrator Vehicle HSTDV. This is a giant leap in indigenous defence technologies and a significant milestone towards a Sashakt Bharat and Atmanirbhar Bharat. DRDO with this mission has demonstrated capabilities for highly complex technology that will serve as the building block for next-gen hypersonic vehicles in partnership with industry. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh congratulated DRDO for successfully testing the Hypersonic Technology Demonstrator Vehicle using endogenously developed scramjet propulsion system. Singh said this landmark achievement is towards realizing Prime Minister's vision on Atmanirbhar Bharat. Defence Minister said that this success, all critical technologies are now established to progress to the next phase. In what could possibly be the world's largest and fastest ever operation of its kind, UNICEF has announced that it will be leading the procurement and supply of coronavirus vaccines to ensure that all countries have safe, fast and equitable access to initial doses when they are available. The United Nations International Children's Fund, UNICEF, is the world's largest single vaccine buyer, procuring more than 2 billion doses of various vaccines annually for routine immunization and outbreak response on behalf of nearly 100 countries. With several vaccine candidates showing promise, the UN agency, in collaboration with the revolving fund of the Pan American Health Organization (PAHO), will lead efforts to procure and supply doses of COVID-19 vaccines on behalf of the COVAX Global Vaccines Facility for 92 low and lower middle income countries whose vaccine purchases will be supported by the mechanism. Today is the Tirubhav Tithi of death anniversary of Mahapurush Sri Sri Madhav Dev, one of the two proponents of Eksharan Dharman in Assam. On this auspicious occasion, Madhav Dev Tithi is being observed across the state by Vaishnavite people. Here is a report by Mridusmita on Madhav Dev Tithi observed in the state.
Maintaining the COVID-19 protocol, Assam today observed the 424th death anniversary of Sri Sri Madhav Dev, the famous Vaishnavite saint and one of the cultural icons of Assam. Commemorating the Tirubhav Tithi of the Mahapurush Sri Sri Madhav Dev, Chief Minister of Assam Sarbananda Sonowal inaugurated the Divya Upaban at Sri Sri Onyoti Koliapani Shokha Hotra in Jorhat. It is built in collaboration of Forest Department of Assam government and with the assistance of NRL, which will house valuable flora. Tithi of the Mahapurush was also observed in Dhekiakhua Bornamghar, where hundreds of devotees offered special prayers, maintaining social distance and wearing masks. Sri Sri Madhav Dev had established a Bornamghar during 1450 AD. As the holy month of Bhado is ongoing, Nam, Bhagavat Path and other rituals are performed by the Bhakots. The Tithi was also observed with a low-key affair in view of the COVID situation in Letekupukuri of Narayanpur, which is the birthplace of Guru Jana Sri Sri Madhav Dev. Earlier, Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal tweeted that Sri Sri Madhav Dev had written Nam Gukha, Bhakti Ratnavali and Borgate, in which the soul of Vaishnav culture of Assam is related. Assam Health and Education Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma also tweeted on the 424th Tithi of Mahapurush Sri Sri Madhav Dev that he is the epitome of Assamese culture. With inputs from Doyal Krishna Nath and Chaitanya, this is Mridusmita for DD Assam.
Following incessant rains in last 24 hours in many parts of Lower Assam and its adjoining areas, there have been sudden surge of water levels of many tributaries of Brahmaputra in the state. In Kamrup Rural District, surging waters of Puthimari River have washed away a portion of the newly constructed circular embankment at Bogoribari area, triggering flash floods in several villages in the greater Khandikar area in Rangya subdivision in the district. In Dhubri district, incessant rains since Saturday night has severely hit normal life in greater Gauripur area. The incessant rains have triggered rise of water level of Gadadhar, Gaurang and Sonkoshi river. Surging waters have inundated vast agriculture areas in the district. Meghalaya State Planning Board Chairperson Lambor Manlyang informed that a 20-year Meghalaya girl was rescued from 3-month captivity of a man at Meerut in Uttar Pradesh. The girl was allegedly tortured, assaulted and sedated for around 3 months in the lockdown period. The girl moved to Delhi from Shillong after she got a job at a private company. When the government announced the coronavirus lockdown, the girl's colleague reportedly invited her to his house. The girl reached Meerut, where she was allegedly held captive and was subjected to torture as informed to a police official. The girl suddenly got a mobile phone and contacted her mother and narrated her ordeal to her mother and was thereafter rescued. The girl's mother approached the police and lodged a complaint. A case under relevant sections was registered at Mandanriting police station. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh said that the state police has been instructed to cull information from the Kuki militant groups which are under suspension of operation and active in Churachandpur district in connection with the robbery of 1.15 crore rupees in the district. The incident happened in the heart of Churachandpur town in broad daylight on 4th September. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.